If you're thinking about retiring to Florida or relocating anywhere for the next chapter of your life, there's a question you should answer before you can compare home prices, taxes, or even beaches. What do you want your ordinary Tuesday to feel like? That question matters because retirement relocation is not simply a real estate move, it's a life transition. You may be leaving a career, a familiar community, longtime routines, adult children, friends, and a home filled with memories. At the same time, you may be moving toward warmer weather, greater freedom, and new relationships, and a lifestyle that feels more like the person you're becoming. I'm George Latos, a realtor with Zackos Realty and Design Group, serving Sarasota, Manatee County, Lakewood Ranch, and the Florida Gulf Coast. I created the State of Retiree Relocation on Florida's Gulf Coast Report for 2026 because most relocation advice begins too late. It begins with properties. I believe the better process begins by defining the life you want, then finding the community and home to support it. I've taken everything we're going to discuss today and much more and organized it into my free State of Retiree report for the Gulf Coast. If you're considering retirement relocation anywhere, but especially here in Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Manatee, or the Florida Gulf Coast, download it using the link at the top of the description. You can continue watching, and then the report will be waiting there when we finish. And if you're planning a move to Sarasota, Manatee, Lakewood Ranch, or anywhere along the coast, subscribe to this channel. I regularly post, share candid, practical information about the communities, costs, and lifestyle decisions that can help you make a more confident move. Here are the 5 findings from the report that I believe every prospective retiree should understand. First, being ready to leave is not the same as knowing where you belong. Many people can describe what they want to escape: cold winters, high taxes, home maintenance, traffic, or a pace of life that no longer fits. Those are push factors. They can create urgency, but they do not tell you what it will take for the new place to feel like home. A durable move also needs pull factors: the people, activities, rhythms, and a sense of purpose that draw you into everyday life. Do you want to walk to coffee and dinner? Do you want golf, boating, theater, volunteering, lifelong learning, faith community, pickleball, quiet nature, or access to grandchildren? Which of those are occasional pleasures and which are essential to your identity? This is where the emotional side of the decision becomes important. A move can bring excitement and relief, but also grief, uncertainty, and a temporary loss of status or routine, and that's normal. The strongest relocation plans make room for both feelings. They don't treat hesitation as failure. They turn it into a better set of questions. Second, where people come from shapes what they look for, but it should not dictate where they land. Florida's Gulf Coast continues to attract retirees and later life movers from the Northeast, Midwest, and other parts of Florida, including households seeking warmer winters, favorable tax treatment, outdoor living, and a different pace. Yet, 2 people arriving from the same state can want completely different lives. One may want a downtown condominium and a cultural calendar. Another may want a newer home and a social community and room for visiting family. A third may prioritize water access or require a more traditional coastal atmosphere. Migration data tells us where the demand originates. It does not tell us what a particular person needs. Third, Sarasota, Naples, Manatee, Fort Myers are not interchangeable versions of the same Florida lifestyle. Each has a different emotional and practical identity. Sarasota, Manatee often appeals to people who want balance. It combines Gulf Coast access with an unusually strong arts and cultural scene, established neighborhoods, dining, medical resources, and a sense of life that can remain active, intellectually engaging. Downtown Sarasota, the Barrier Islands, and communities east of the 75 offer very different versions of the area, which gives buyers more ways to match lifestyle and budget. Naples often appeals to people seeking a polished, upscale environment, manicured surroundings, luxury shopping, golf, and a refined coastal identity. For someone, that consistency is exactly the attraction. For others, the price point, seasonal intensity, and more curated atmosphere may feel less natural. Fort Myers and the surrounding area can offer a broader range of price points, boating and outdoor access, a less formal feel, and substantial growth. It may suit people who value flexibility and space, but neighborhood selection, storm exposure, insurance considerations, traffic patterns, and access to preferred amenities deserve careful local study. The right choice is not the place that wins the most rankings. It's the place whose daily rhythm feels most authentic to you. Authenticity is not a slogan. It is the sense that you can live there without performing a version of retirement that belongs to someone else. And fourth, the true cost of relocation is larger than the purchase price. Buyers should evaluate property taxes, homeowner and flood insurance, association fees, maintenance, transportation, healthcare access, and the cost of enjoying the lifestyle that attracted them in the first place. A home that appears less expensive may require more driving or place you farther from the beach, culture, friends, or medical care you expect to use. A more expensive location may reduce travel time and make everyday life easier. Neither is automatically better. The right comparison is total cost against total lifestyle value. On the Gulf Coast, proximity to the beach needs special attention. Living on or near a barrier island may offer a remarkable setting, but it can also involve higher insurance costs, flood considerations, bridge traffic, evacuation planning, and greater exposure to wind and salt. Living inland can lower some of those pressures while preserving beach access, but the practical drive during season may be different from what the map suggests. And fifth, visit on 2 calendars before you decide. See the destination during peak season when traffic, events, restaurants, and social life are at full volume. Then return during the warmer, quieter months. Shop for groceries, drive to places you would use, attend an ordinary community activity, explore at night. Notice whether you feel energized, comfortable, isolated, or constrained. If possible, rent before you buy. Test the distance to the beach, airport, medical care, cultural activities, and people you expect to see. A successful retirement move is not proven by a beautiful vacation day. It's proven by an ordinary week. The report includes a deeper look at the psychology of relocation, authenticity and belonging, migration patterns, cost of living considerations, beach access, culture, Sarasota versus Naples and Fort Myers, and a practical framework for evaluating communities. You can download it free at georgelatos.com, Retirement Report. The link is also at the top of the description and in the pinned comments. So if this report helps you realize that you have more questions than answers, that's a good outcome. My role is not to push you toward a particular community or home. It's to help you clarify the life you want, understand the trade-offs, and make decisions that still feels right after the excitement of the move has passed. And if you'd like to talk through Sarasota, Manatee, Lakewood Ranch, or the broader Gulf Coast, call or text me. Download the report, write down questions it raises, and let's begin there. If this information is helpful, hit subscribe for more honest guidance about retiring and relocating to Florida's Gulf Coast. I'm George Latos. Thanks for watching.